Hello, Wonderhussy here at the front entrance to the middle of nowhere. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could there possibly be a front entrance to the middle of nowhere? I mean, it's nothing but sand and creosote as far as the eye can see. Hold on a minute. Not so fast. There is a front entrance to the middle of nowhere, and I know it to be so because there's a set of foo dogs guarding it. Okay, you know foo dogs? I guess it's a Chinese tradition. If you go to, well, I suppose a wealthy Chinese person's house or a P.F. Chang's, a Chinese restaurant, you'll see these giant stone mythological creatures guarding the entrance. I guess in Chinese mythology or Chinese belief system, these foo dogs keep out bad spirits or welcome in good luck, and so a lot of times you'll see them in pairs, one on each side of a doorway. And since there's no doorway that I can see anywhere in the next 5,000 miles, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that this foo dog is guarding the doorway to the middle of nowhere. How about that? Actually, maybe this is less of a foo dog and more of a poo dog. Somebody left a roll of toilet paper here, I guess. Well, I guess for the benefit of anyone who pulls over like I did at the side of the highway and needs to take a potty break. How thoughtful. Wow, this is actually a super high quality foo dog. I thought it was going to be made out of resin or something, but, well, I guess resin would just bake and decompose in the hot desert sun over the years, and I've seen these things for years. This is the first time I actually stopped and took a look at them up close. They've been out here for years and years. I was told there's two of them. There's one here, and this is the female. I was told this was the female because she's got a little baby foo dog with her, and then her husband is just over yonder in the desert there. This is the entrance they're guarding to the middle of nowhere. Anyway, I was told that there was supposed to be some kind of resort built here, and so whoever installed these things put them one on each side of wherever the grand entrance to this resort was going to be. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to that, because golly, imagine trying to open a resort in the middle of nowhere like this. I mean, where would you find the people to do the work on it? I mean, it's hard enough getting people to come out and do work on my place on the edge of Death Valley, which is only an hour and a half from Las Vegas and 40 minutes from the town of Pinup, Nevada. So I can't imagine how you would even go about building a resort this far out in the Mojave Desert. We are way the heck out in the boonies, right outside a place called Amboy, which, if you watch the video I made all about Amboy, you might remember it's a little outpost on old Route 66. This is old Route 66, running right here behind me. That's right, the Mother Road. Anyway, Amboy was one of those really cool old Route 66 towns that dried up when it was bypassed by the interstate, and today isn't much more than a bunch of funky old ruins. That is to say, there's usually not more to Amboy than a bunch of ruins at the side of old Route 66. Well, not today. Today they're having a big old party right in the middle of Amboy at one of the most iconic old Route 66 motels on the entire stretch of that highway, Roy's Motel. So I'm going to get back in my car and keep on motoring west on the highway, that's the best, to Amboy to check out what's going down at Roy's Motel. Actually, before I pull into Amboy, there's a couple other things in the desert that I wanted to check out, including the other one of these foo dogs. I mean, I would feel like a real heel if I only visited the lady foo dog and didn't stop by to say hello to Mr. Foo. Are you with me, Mr. Foo? Isn't that a Steely Dan song? Anyway, yeah, here's the other foo dog. And I guess the way to tell that this is the male isn't by lifting its tail, which is what I was thinking one does to determine the gender of an animal. No, the way you can tell is he doesn't have a baby. He's got some kind of magic crystal ball. Oh gosh, look, somebody put a padlock on one of his claws. Oh dang, there's another padlock on one of his fangs. Oh my goodness, I don't know what these people are trying to lock this poor Foo dog up for. Okay, that's about all there is to Mr. Foo. But actually, before I go to Roy's, gosh, there's one more thing I want to check out, and I can see it right across the highway here. Lurking in the creosote on the other side of the highway. One more thing I got to check out before I go to Amboy. Okay, wow, do you guys realize the historical significance of what might appear to the layperson as some burned out old ice cream truck? Well, I'm here to tell you that ain't no burned out ice cream truck. This was the rocket launcher or rocket transport vehicle of a guy named Mad Mike Hughes. You can see he's got his website written on the side of the fender back here, madmikehughes.com. If you've never heard of Mad Mike Hughes, well, he was this really interesting retired limo driver who was kind of a flat earth conspiracy theorist, or at least he claimed to be, and I think he was just saying that to get media attention. Anyway, he was really interested in launching a homemade rocket high enough into the atmosphere to where he could see for himself if there was any curvature to the earth or if it was indeed flat. Like I say, I'm not sure he was a flat earther, and I don't want to besmirch his legacy by calling him a flat earther, but that's what he was commonly known as, and I guess still is commonly known as to this day. Unfortunately, well, as you might expect from someone who was continually launching self-built rockets, trying to propel themselves into the atmosphere, he ended up passing away. And it was sad, but on the other hand, he died doing what he loved, so I actually give him a lot of respect for that. R.I.P. Mad Mike Hughes. Anyway, this was his van that he used to drag around the rockets that he built on the back there, and I think he might have even launched off of this thing. I mean, I know he did, I think he did at least 2 launch attempts right here in this patch of desert just down the road from Amboy. I think the guy who owns the town of Amboy and all this land around it was friends with him and allowed him to come out here and try to launch these ill-fated rocket attempts. I mean, I came out here in 2017, I think, maybe 2018. It was one of the first videos I made. I came out here reporting live from the scene about one of his rocket launch attempts. That one ended up being aborted. He never did try. Drove out here for nothing, but boy, I sure had a good time doing it. And it was very interesting. I met some very interesting people at that rocket launch attempt, including the clamper that set me against all clampers for the rest of history. That was so mean to me. And that's a whole nother long story that I won't get into now, because this video is really supposed to be about Amboy, and I keep getting distracted by all this other interesting stuff on the side of the road. Anyway, golly, I do feel like this is an iconic piece of history, and I can't believe it's just sitting out here rusting away in the desert. Somebody did some really cool graffiti on it. I'm a fan of that. You can see there's a Juan Pollo logo, 2 of them on the side. That's because the guy who owned the town of Amboy owned a chain of restaurants called Juan Pollo in Southern California. I guess that's how he made his money. And well, instead of just investing it into stocks and bonds and mutual funds, he bought the town of Amboy instead and kind of spent his life trying to fix it up. And well, he unfortunately passed away too a few years ago, but I think his kids are still trying to preserve Amboy, and that's kind of part of why they're having this big party there today, and why I need to get down there. But golly, how can I drive right past something like this? I mean, who knows what all happened in this RV. I mean, Mad Mike was kind of a hard scrabble guy. I wonder if he ever had to live in here. I'm sorry about the terrible graffiti, guys. I mean, that's just the way it is out here in the desert. Some people just weren't raised very well. Anyways, I don't know if Mad Mike ever lived in this RV, but I'll bet you anything he spent at least a night or 2 in here. When he was, he'd drive out here for one of his rocket launches, and he probably couldn't drive too fast with a rocket strapped on the back. So he probably had to come out the day before and sleep overnight. And so, golly, you can really feel the spirit of Mad Mike Hughes here. And I should know because I was lucky enough to have met him in person, not once, but twice. And not when I came here to watch that failed attempt. I came out here to watch the attempt. Nothing happened. I just drove home like, oh, well. But then I was at the Los Angeles Adventurers Club one time. One of the ex-presidents of the Los Angeles Adventurers Club, which has been around since like the early 1900s. And there's been all kinds of famous guys that headed this club of explorers. It's all men only. But they would all get together in this clubhouse once a week and drink Mai Tais and talk about their exploits and their safaris they'd been on. Well, they're open to ladies once a month for speeches. Like they have talks, they have visitors come in and give talks. Well, one time Mad Mike Hughes gave a talk at the Los Angeles Adventurers Club, and one of the ex-presidents of that society invited me as his guest. So my sister and I both went, and we not only got to hear Mad Mike speak, but they also served dinner, and we got to sit next to him at dinner. We became friends with him. He was a super cool guy. Unfortunately, that was right before he died. I think I met him one other time randomly. I was passing through Lucerne Valley or Johnson Valley, someplace over here by Barstow, and happened to run into him at a gas station. And I actually interviewed him for my channel at that time. So at least, you know, I got to preserve him for posterity. And I'll put a little B-roll of that in here just so you can see for yourself what a nice guy he was. R.I.P. Mad Mike Hughes. You know what? I just realized I have some of those golden roses with me in my car. You know, I travel around with these golden roses to leave on lonely graves that I come upon in the desert. And even though this isn't technically a grave, he didn't die here? Or did he? I mean, if this is where he was attempting all his rocket launches, maybe he did crash right here, and this is, more or less, where he died. Oh gosh, I am definitely leaving a golden rose here for the memory of Mad Mike Hughes. You know, some might call him crazy, but I say he was a visionary, and he died on his own terms doing what he loved, which is more than most of us can say for ourselves. Okay, now I gotta get back in my car and get to Amboy before this dang party is over. Okay, wow. There are a ton of people here. And not just people. There's also all these amazing classic cars. I guess they're having a classic car show. And look at that one. That's lifted. It looks like it probably does some kind of fancy hydraulic tricks. Like lowriders. Oh my god, look at all these amazing old cars. If you're a car guy, this event is right up your alley. I don't know anything about cars. I just like looking at them. And it's right up my alley. Okay, this was Amboy's first annual Route 66 Cruisin' Car Show. And considering this was the first year, and considering how far out in the middle of nowhere we were, the turnout was amazing. Close to 200 classic cars had gathered under the iconic vintage sign at Roy's Motel, Cafe, and Gas Station, right at the side of what's normally a totally deserted stretch of old Route 66. But it sure wasn't deserted today. Golly, I haven't seen this many people in Amboy ever. Oh my god, ladies! I love it. Look at these beautiful rockabilly babes. What are you guys doing?
We're the 928 pinup dolls.
You're the what?
The 928 pinup dolls.
928 pinup dolls. Dang, I love it. Look how beautiful. Oh, wonderful. I feel underdressed. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. Unbelievable. Dang it. Now I know for next year to dress up. I see here with the California Historic Route 66
Association.
Okay.
And we help educate, promote, and preserve things and help people that have businesses along Route 66.
People from all over want to help preserve.
Exactly.
Iconic
You can join,
Route 66.
Various things.
So, like, if people at home are watching this want to know how they can help, what do you say to them?
We have a website.
Route 66California.org. And you guys are working to help business owners along the highway?
Business owners, people involved in Route 66. We help them with applying for grants.
Oh, okay.
Because there are various grants.
There are
available.
grants.
Yeah, to help renovate.
Oh, to restore like the signage and the buildings?
Yeah, exactly. Wonderhussey.
Yes,
Good to meet you in
yes.
person.
Really
Follow
nice
you.
to meet you. I'm sure I'll see you again because I plan to do a lot more videos
Yeah, and if you have questions,
along the Mother Road.
Yeah, and if you have questions about it, I've traveled the whole road in bits and pieces, not one
Right.
fell swoop,
But you're the guy to call.
one of them.
Okay, wow, there are so many interesting people here, not just Delvin with the Route 66 organization. Look who else I met. Sir, what's your name?
I'm Turbo. How you doing?
Turbo. Wow, and you're wearing a Route 66 shirt.
As a matter of fact, I just happen to be wearing a Route 66 shirt on Route 66 in the most, interesting place, I gotta say, in the middle of the desert.
I'm right there with you, Turbo. I agree. This is the most interesting place in the middle of the desert. But what do you do?
So, actually, I'm an investor that ended up with a museum in Victorville, California.
You have a museum in Victorville dedicated to Route 66?
It is the Route 66 Museum in Victorville, and it's very cool.
Wow.
But we just happened to embark on a new journey.
A new journey?
Oh yeah, it's in a Harvey House in Barstow.
In the Harvey House in Barstow, that's the old historic railroad depot. It's amazing.
Exactly, and if you haven't been there, it is one of the most beautiful
Oh,
buildings.
we've all been there because I made a video going all around it.
Gotta go back to that.
But you're saying there's a new attraction there now?
Well, the Mother Road Museum, which is part of the Harvey House Route 66 Mother Road Museum, we're reopening it. They closed in June 2024, and we thought it was a shame with Centennial coming up next year.
Oh, right, the 100th anniversary of Route 66 is next year, and so you guys are reopening the Mother Road Museum in Barstow. March 22nd. That's the grand opening.
And by the way, if you can make it, it'll be amazing because we're going to not only have food, entertainment, and if that doesn't get you, we have a cover band. Route 66 from Depeche Mode is going to be there.
A Depeche Mode cover band doing their version of
Get
the
your
song.
kicks on Route 66.
Oh, right on, Turbo. I'll be there or be square. Oh, look at that. Oh, thank you. Okay, and then who are you, sir?
My name's Ken Larch.
And you are the manager here?
I'm the town manager of Amboy.
The town manager of Amboy. And you live here full time?
I don't live here. I commute.
From where?
29 Palms.
Oh, okay, right down the road. All right, Ken, you're actually the reason I'm here. Ken emailed me and invited me to come down here. Thank you for that, because this is amazing.
It's been a really good time. I call it happy chaos.
Well, this for a first annual event. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better turnout.
No, we have a really good mix of cars and people. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so folks watching this, what do you want to say to them? When they're passing through, the store's open?
7 days a week, Amboy is open. We've got the same gas pumps we've had since the mid-'60s.
The same gas pumps?
My girls pump the gas for you when you pull up. Come inside, tell them they come out and pump the gas for you. That's it. They do, just like the good old days.
And you have sodas and refreshments in the convenience store?
I do. I've got 3 fridges full of glass bottle sodas with real cane sugar.
Glass bottles and real cane sugar.
I've got everything from teriyaki beef soda to Rat Bastard root beer.
Rat Bastard root beer. I might have to go get one of those. Laura, thank you, Ken, for inviting us, and we'll be seeing a lot more of you. Every time I pass through, I'll stop in and say hi.
Sounds good, thanks.
Okay, and now guess what we have here? This is the son and the widow of the man who owned Amboy. What's your name, sir?
Kyle.
Kyle, and you are?
I'm Sella.
Sella, and so you are Albert Okura's wife. And you're Albert Okura's son.
Oldest son, yes.
Oldest son, and so you're preserving the legacy just like your dad did.
Yeah, that's the plan. You know, this weekend we were doing our first car show. We were expecting not so many cars. It ended up being around under 200 in just 2 months.
For your first event, this is amazing.
Yeah, so we're super excited to do things like this. This is the perfect place to do this, right? Route 66 classic cars, muscle cars everywhere. So something that we want to do a long time, and we just want to keep it going. Hopefully next year we can.
You'll do it. You'll do it again next year.
Yes, of course.
Oh, right on. And Sella, I love your shirt. Thank you. Look at that. And Kyle, you designed that shirt?
Yeah, one of many.
Enjoy Amboy. Man, I gotta get me one of those. Really nice to meet you guys.
I'm Scooter Trash.
Okay,
You
hold on.
and I have a history.
You are trash, sir. You're interrupting my interview.
No, we go way back.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, Kyle, I don't want to take any more of your time. Stella, we appreciate it. Thank you for hosting the event. Big supporter of what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Scooter Trash. I see you're wearing an E-Clampus Vitus shirt.
E-Clampus Vitus, one of your first responses. I was your 11th subscriber when you started.
11?
Number 11. I was number 11. Scott Wall is my real name, but I gotta tell you, you and I have a history. All of your events, I've been out there with you. So thank you so much. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Scooter Trash.
Thank you for all of your monuments and all you do. You were doing yoga in the desert 2 weeks ago. He didn't see you were doing yoga.
I was doing yoga 2 weeks ago?
In the desert.
Okay, if you haven't figured it out, Scooter is a member of E-Clampus Vitus, aka the Clampers that I was complaining about earlier in this video. The Clampers are a history group that only men are allowed to join. So in one of my videos, I once joked that I was going to start my own history group that only women were allowed to join, and it was going to be called E-Clampus Vaginus. Well, come to find out, Clampers do have a sense of humor, and one of them made me a patch with the name of my club on it. And apparently Scooter thought that was pretty funny.
I want that patch. I'm gonna fly your bottom rocker, but it's like being a Hell's Angel. I have to get approval.
Dang, these Clampers are wild.
No, you're wild.
So, wow, look how cool. I got my own Amboy t-shirt from the son of the guy who started all this. Amazing. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Wow, look at this guy. You're a real Route 66 Royce fan, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, so much so that you got it tattooed on your arm.
Right?
Dang. What's your name, sir?
Aaron.
Aaron. Wow, and where are you from?
From Temecula.
Temecula. And you also follow my channel?
I do.
Oh, how about that? Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And this is your family?
It is.
Look how cute. You got
Baby.
a beautiful wife. What's your name, miss?
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and your beautiful little baby.
Nash.
Nash. Oh, baby Nash.
And we
Yeah.
brought the Nash Rambler down.
Oh, yeah, the Nash Rambler.
Imogene and Kendall won the prizes.
Imogen. Oh, and you got another daughter who won prizes. Wow, you guys made out. Good job.
I know.
Well, it's super nice to meet you.
Really nice to meet you.
Well, it's weird when you meet the people who watch your...
Yeah, we love you too.
Because I'm usually just out in the desert, like, talking to my cell phone.
No, we love it. We love
We
that.
love all that exploration stuff. So.
We do the same things and we watch your channel a lot.
Oh, thank you, sister. Wow, this event is even more fun than I thought it was going to be. I mean, we got food trucks, we got vendors, we have that car show going on, and all these interesting people to talk to. I am definitely coming back to this next year. But now I got to get over to this food truck because this clamper who's been following me, Scooter Trash, subscriber number 11, is buying me a milkshake. Thank you, Scooter Trash.
Thank you.
I don't care what they say about you. I think you're all right.
It's all bullshit.
Hi, who are you?
I'm Miss Lady D, Mrs. California, Route 66.
Look at that. Wow, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I mean, I love your retro hairstyle. Your cute little outfit. You look like a little sailor girl.
I also have one of these. We're having an English Classics Supercar Show, August 23rd. Come out, enjoy the show.
We will, thank you. You're
welcome.
Okay, wow, we got to meet Miss California Route 66. That was exciting, huh, Larry?
Yes, we did.
This is my friend Larry Kopkar from Joshua Tree. You're in a band called Lost Hiker.
Lost Hiker.
And the genre of the music you play is jazz punk.
Jazz punk.
Well, let me tell you something. If you ever get a chance to see these people play, woo-wee, it'll blow your mind. I've seen them. It was wild. Anyway, Larry, it's good to run into you down here. Oh, Larry just gave me an amazing vintage Nevada brothels guidebook. It shows you the prices and everything.
I was there when it was $40.
Those were the good old days.
Sherry's Ranch, I got thrown out.
I'm not surprised. Okay, this is your, what did you say it was, a 31 Ford?
1931 Ford Model A pickup.
And it runs like the day it was rolled off the assembly line. How fun! Oh man, isn't this just a blast to drive around?
It is. We use it, City Buena Park uses it for their Christmas celebration, and Santa Claus drives it up.
Oh, because it's a little red pickup, just like Santa. Oh, I love
A
it.
tree in the back. It's a lot of fun.
How cute!
Santa Claus.
Look, here's a pinup photo shoot going on. How about this? They got all these beautiful cars and all these beautiful women Well, it just makes sense to put them together. Look at that. Oh, dang. And I just love these poses. It's like, oh no, my tire went flat at the side of the road and I'm wearing these Daisy Dukes and high heels. Let me see if I can fix it. I mean, isn't that what's going on? Ladies, do you mind if I just ask you a couple questions?
Yeah.
I mean, so what's going on here?
Hi, how you doing?
We're great. I mean, you look fantastic.
We are California Pinups, well, newly Tennessee.
Oh, okay. But now you're California Pinup. Okay.
Yep.
And you're doing photos with the hot rods?
Yeah, so Mitzi and Co, she's been shooting pinups for, well, cars and pinups for over 20 years now.
And your name is Mitzi?
Yeah, Mitzi and Company.
Oh, Mitzi and Co. Okay, pinup photographer.
I'm Bomber Betty.
Barbara.
Bomber Betty.
Oh, Bomber Betty.
Okay. Like Bomber Girl.
Sure. Bomber Betty. Love that.
I'm sweet as candy.
You sure are. And what's your name, miss?
I'm Seattle Paige.
Seattle Paige. Guys, you look amazing. I gotta ask you about your hair, sweet as candy.
This is my... I actually do hair and
Oh, you did the hair? Oh my god.
And her hair and my hair.
Oh wow, yeah, look at your little pin curls. Oh my god. And your hair, yeah, classic, beautiful.
Thank you. Little page boy.
Like it's like a 40s movie star. I'm a huge fan, but that looks like it took a long time.
And that's 2.5 hours.
That's all your hair? There's no rats in it or like fake stuff?
I have a lot.
What up, sis? Can we do a 360? Oh my god, look at that. Good work. What do you use? A lot of hairspray?
A lot of hairspray.
What's your preferred brand?
I love Kenra and then Got to Be Glued.
Okay, so none of that Aquanet for you.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're much too high class of ladies. Wow, amazing. Well, thank you, ladies. You look fantastic. I hope you get some good photos out of this.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Wow, Mitzi here just gave me one of her calendars. Look at that. This is one of her pinup calendars. Oh, that's you. Look at that. That's sweet as candy.
I'm April.
Oh,
that's me.
Dang, look at that outfit. Wow, and these beautiful cars. Wow, so if people want to order one of these, they can go to mitziandco.com. Sold out. Wow. When's your next?
I got one of the last ones.
I got one of the last. Well, what? You'll have a calendar next year?
Yep, every year.
Okay, so guys, check it out. mitziandco.com. Wow, thank you, Mitzi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, beauties. Mitzi, you're a beauty as well.
Thank you.
You just didn't have to spend as much time doing your hair. Wow, Mitzi, what a badass. She does pinup photography full time and is able to make a living doing it because, boy, I guess those calendars sell pretty well. So check her out. Oh dang, look at this car. Grandpa's Ride. It's like Grandpa Munster's car, I guess. Oh, look at this old-timey telephone. What do you suppose happens if I pick up the receiver? I don't even know how this works. Is this the mouthpiece? Hello? Hello? Wow, really interesting though. Beautiful display piece. And a beautiful car. Look, there he is. Grandpa Munster. Grandpa's rocket fuel. Oh my gosh, look at the upholstery. It's like spider webs. It looks like something Elvira would drive. Look at the, what do you call that? Engine cover. It's shaped like a coffin. It's got the Munsters on it. Look, every aspect of this engine has like creepy details. Unbelievable. Look at the headlights. The headlights are like the lamps outside the Munsters house. Oh my gosh. Boy, I sure hope this guy won one of the trophies. Look at the shifter knob. It's Grandpa Munster's head. Or what about the redneck Rolls Royce? Boy, that looks like it'd be fun to drive around in. Oh, look at that. They got their surfboard loaded up in the back, ready to go to the beach. As if the beach wasn't 5,000 miles that way. Actually, it's probably only 500 miles that way. Redneck Rolls Royce. Okay, looks like the event is winding down. Most of the classic cars have left the parking lot, and the last few hot rods are being loaded onto their trailers. But before I leave Amboy, well, there's a couple more things I want to check out. Okay, I was told I needed to come over here on the other side of Route 66, where there are some very interesting cutouts. Okay, I guess these are cutouts that you can pose for photos with, for Instagram, stuff like that. You can see on the right-hand side is a replica of the Roy's Motel Cafe iconic sign. And on the left, there's a little kind of fake highway sign. for Amboy, California, Route 66. And in the middle, this is a picture of Albert Okura, the guy pretty much responsible for restoring Amboy in the first place. Okay, remember we were just talking to his son and his widow. Well, this is Albert Okura. He was the owner of the Juan Pollo restaurant chain, and I guess used that money to buy and restore Amboy. And I'm really bummed that I never got the chance to meet him while he was alive, because he just looks like a super cool guy. You can tell by his face, you know? He looks like he would have been a lot of fun to hang out with. And now he's preserved for all eternity, or his likeness is preserved for all eternity, or at least until the blazing desert sun bleaches this cutout at the side of the highway here. How about that? Now you too can get a picture with Albert Okura. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to check out before I leave is, now that it's getting dark, they lit up the iconic neon sign. Isn't that cool? They actually went in and restored the neon on this sign, I think a few years ago. But shamefully, it's taken me this long to get out here and see it lit up in all its former glory. Just like it was back in 1955, 1963, 1972, I don't know. As long as folks have been traveling Route 66. Roy's, I think, has been here. And it's cool to know that thanks to all these people doing all this amazing preservation work, that it'll be here for many years to come. So next time you're traveling through this part of the country, as unlikely as that might be, well, if you're passing through Barstow, it's not that big of a detour. Come by and check this place out. And if nothing else, mark your calendars for the second annual Amboy Route 66 Cruisin' Car Show, coming this time next year. I'll see you there.